Hi Scorpios, welcome to Josie K Tarot. I'm Josie K and this is your November 2017 Finance and Romance reading. I'm starting out with the Mary Queen of Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. And I'm just going to quick ask Spirit to please provide those born under the sun sign, moon sign, and or rising sign of Scorpio with clearly defined messages regarding a word of prayer for when we go to close the reading at the end. Now, I'm not going to look at that card right now, but what I am going to do is I'm going to jump right into career and finance, and I'm going to pull from the Sacred Circle Tarot by Anna Franklin and Paul Mason. I'm going to do a circle spread, and I'm going to combine it with the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. All right, so dear Lord, Spirit Guides, and Angels, please bless those born under the sun sign, moon sign, and or rising sign of Scorpio with clearly defined messages regarding their career and finance energies in and through November 2017. All right, so the card representing you in your current life path here on Earth at this time, Scorpio, is some of you are at a cross point where you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have to sacrifice something. Whether it is a position, a department, a little bit of pay, I don't know what it is. I feel like you, with the Queen of Swords energies, you are trying to apply, you're creating a new direction, and you're kind of getting to a point where you're not going to mess around anymore. You want to get to the point and beyond the point, and you're going to use your imagination somehow to get into a new path and to sacrifice where you were before. All right, so again, this is the Sacred Circle Tarot, and I'm combining it with the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Dear Lord, Spirit Guides, and Angels, this is for confirmation in the circle spread as we go through each step of the read. Please bless those born under the sun sign, moon sign, and or rising sign of Scorpio, male or female, because it's a general reading, with clearly defined messages regarding their career and financial energies through November 2017. Okay. So some of you, as you are sacrificing something, you may have been in a bit of solitude, contemplating what needs to change, what decisions need to be made. And the card crossing that is, like we talked about, you guys using your imagination to decide what is your destiny. What is it that fulfills you? What will make you happy when it comes to career and finance or creative prosperity? Now, in your thoughts position, you guys have the wisdom card. So this is looking back at where you've been and what you've experienced and how far you've come and what knowledge you have now. And you are maybe thinking about something you've heard about or thought about before when it comes to a new opportunity or message in finances. So you've come a long way and you've heard something new, and that's what's making you want to sacrifice the way things have been and move into your destiny in a way that's very fair and just and clear. But some of you may have been in a little bit of solitude because of all these changes. Now, in your foundation, something may have come really quickly with the accelerated motion card. And that's being provided with the reflection card. Some of you may have been in solitude thinking about this offer, thinking about if it's an offer that pays you what you're worth. And it came in so quickly. And yet I still feel like it hasn't had time to grow into what you would want it to be. And it's a time where you need to just fairly and justly and clearly, if you haven't already, state what it is you want. Tell people what your goals are, what you're working towards. In the recent past, there were obstacles. Felt like you were pushing up against a wall. And maybe you decided and realized that these obstacles and challenges haven't been or aren't worth it. Therefore, you're moving forward. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, there is going to be victory and success. So if you hear of a career opportunity or an idea when it comes to even creative prosperity, victory and success will be tied to this message. You're going to hear a message about money and about how something manifests money and how it's something you'd like to do with the wisdom and the knowledge you have acquired up to this point in your life. And something comes in quickly and you're kind of looking at yourself about, will this fulfill me? We see a small message of something that could be fulfilling, a small message of something that has potential, and a small message of finances. And now I'm looking at wisdom. If some of you have been doing something right with regards to your health, you're going to hear, or you have recently heard, messages about how that is working well for you. And in the future, that potential turns into success. So good. All right, so in the next 4 to 6 weeks, Scorpios, you guys get to decide if you want to suffer in silence or apply the shaman energies to take yourself out of a path that you either no longer belong into or maybe never even did. And now it's time to manifest something new. So are you going to choose to suffer in silence or manifest something new? As you sit in solitude contemplating destiny via your wisdom and follow something that has potential. Quite a bit. Spirit's guidance is about hoping, wishing, and praying on a star with the fertility card. My goodness. I feel like what you hope, wish, and pray on a star for, because it's a major arcana, they're going to help for you to make and manifest that wish, but also that it's touching her heart. There's growth of love inside because of this wish, this victory, this success, this new beginning where you apply who you are. And maybe it already has started. Maybe some of you have just kind of dipped your toe in and realized, oh my gosh, this is my thing. Scorpios, in your hopes and fears. Look at that, hoping that through maybe some sort of traditional method, sewing, knitting, something, with all of the platforms we have available to us on the internet. Now, if you hope for triumph through a traditional creative gift, you can triumph. Keep focusing on those thoughts, because as you listen and think about triumph and tradition and victory and success, you can manifest this. In your outcome position, we do have emotional loss being provided with the Page of Swords. So in the end, this is tied back into reminiscing on how far you've come, what it is maybe that you wanted that you had to sacrifice. So there may be a little bit of reminiscing once you get content in a new direction financially. And that's normal. So the card represents the entire reading in finances and career is balance. Balance is happiness. Make sure people give back as much as you give to them, and that you receive. Because balance will help for when a new decision comes up that may take some courage. It helps for a solid foundation below us to make choices. Somebody's energies are speaking of the web. Whereas you make choices, you also have to think about those around you and how your choices will shake down the web and affect others down the line. Is there something you need to recover from, or is it time to lay that down and start new? Do you want to give it another chance, or do you want to hop, skip, and jump in your Chariot card? to go and find something that brings harmony to your life, maybe in a leadership position. And Spirit's going on about how you can create a solid foundation and ground yourself by setting goals and not giving up on goal setting until you have accomplished exactly what it is you set out to do from the beginning. Solid foundation. There's a little bit of warning here about someone who may have ulterior motives that you may meet along the way, and so therefore it's important to remain diplomatic, because we want positive energies, to rest and to wait and to connect with Spirit about what this creative project would be, if some of you are unaware at this time what your gift, talent, and or skill is, because it's our gifts, our talents, and our skills that are worth, they're priceless. I hope someday that we go back to like in the day of trading, that we all can show our individual twist on what everybody can do, and then go to each other to purchase from each other because of what truly fulfills us from one another and what people can create and surprise each other with. And therefore, I feel like we would all be provided with enough. And then there's budgeting. All right, so in the outcome position, we have the lady. All right, so somebody's just, I think they're seeing the light for exactly who they are, where they want to go, what their obituary is going to say. Not to make it morbid, but we did that in college once, and I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Look at where you're at. Is that your story? Or what is your story? In the first week and a half to 2 weeks, maybe you guys are passion ignited about a new decision, a new path, and that's being lined up with the sacrifice. So emotional conflict, excited about something but emotionally conflicted at the same time because of what you have to let go of. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, that first one was 1 to 2 weeks, sorry. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, a new path, here we go. Creative path or financial and career path or career path. Heartache and losses, again, I feel like it's letting go of something. And look what's right behind that. Great gain. Wishes coming true when it comes to finances and letting go, something crumble. And I feel like Spirit is saying with this Tower card that it was going to crumble anyway. It was the end of that path. So in the outcome position in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and I know it's only a month long, but everybody's energies are timed differently. Take some time and think about who it is you're dedicated to most in your path at this time. Because remember, the light has shed upon you. You know who you are. In the month of November, you become the authority of your path, and you get to decide who comes into your path and who does not. Then you can open up your heart because you know you have control over. And when I say heart, I mean path. I mean, yeah, coming together. I'm feeling it love and finance, but financially. Choosing wisely about who you come into contact, what you learn from, how you learn it, and all the things that you're doing to build up some sort of concept that you've been waiting for. And finally, through recognition and reward of sharing your ideas, your concepts, and your projects, you are going to receive the fulfillment of recognition, and it will fill your heart up. It'll make you shine like the sun, and it will help you to continue. Wrong one. To take steps forward and to make choices and decisions. Some of you are coming to the truth of a situation about who and what it is you want to do or work with, and you're going to communicate that. You have the power and the time in November to just kind of clarify where you're leading yourself and what it is and who it is you're going to become. I almost feel like saying, write a little story about this girl or guy was at this point in his life path, and today he's deciding, I'm going to start doing this and becoming, whomever. I got to move on because I'm getting pulled over to love and romance. I don't even know if that made sense. I get so, it's halfway through the day. Pardon me if I get dingy. All right, love and romance starting at 14.52 for anybody who wants a timestamp. Thank you. In your love and romance, Reading, dear Lord, Spirit Guides, and Angels. Please bless those born under the sun sign, moon sign, and or rising sign of Scorpio with clearly defined messages when it comes to their love and romance energies now on into and through November 2017. Thank you. All right. So we've got Spirit saying, wait a minute, right off the bat. Ask for help from others right now, Scorpio. Let's clarify. So these are the Angel Answers deck by Doreen Virtue. I'm combining them with the Wisdom of the House of Night deck by P.C. Cast and Colette Baron Reed. And Spirit saying with the Fledgling card, in love, wait a minute. There's something you need to learn. Or maybe it's time to just get some training. It could have to do with finances in your love area. Happens all the time. Ask for help from others when it comes to deciding who stays in your path and who goes. For whosever energies these are, the High Priestess of Air, and we each have one, is going to help for you to take what you're learning and apply it to your path as you communicate with others, and wait. If you don't have the strength to cut someone out of your path, Spirit is going to help for you to do that with that. And it doesn't need to be someone, but we are doing a love reading. It could be just people in general. In your thoughts position, we have perfect timing. And you guys are giving birth to a connection, maybe a baby. In love, you guys, if you have been worrying for something to be born, whether it's a new path, a new relationship, as you ask for help from others and wait for the information you need, know that, and through prayer, you can bring in messages of clarity. Because in your foundation, we've got compromise, okay? We have you guys trying to remain balanced in a situation, but there's suffering in silence. And I don't know why that is. In the recent past, there was a romantic connection. And there was the High Priestess of Earth. So I don't know if Scorpios were dealing with an Earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But the High Priestess was there to kind of guide you through that romantically. I feel there was money and romance very much of importance there. And the High Priestess of Air is helping for you guys to cut away from that connection I'm feeling. By asking for help from others, by giving birth to a new path, a new direction. They're saying wait for a little more information and compromise, even though you may be suffering in silence, which is sad. So I will pray for you guys. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, somebody needs to forgive. If you don't forgive, then you have to carry that negative, heavy energy with you moving forward, and it blocks your blessings. So they're saying meditate to Spirit about what it is that you want to give birth to at this time, and we will align everything to happen according to perfect timing. In the next 4 to 6 weeks, you guys have control over communicating clearly with the information that you learn of, and you have the ability to decide if you're going to let go. Spirit is here with their advice to say it's up to you to spread your wings and fly. And remember, we summon every experience and person into our path for a reason. Whether we do it consciously or subconsciously, maybe even spiritually, it's because there was a part of us that needed to learn more about love and about our own soul. So now it's time to fly if you choose. just remember who it is you want to summon into your path. As you forgive the past, meditate on what it is you want to manifest. And think clearly about what that truly is. What did you learn from the connection to the person you need to forgive? Communicate clearly if you want to in the next 4 to 6 weeks so that you can let go. And if you can't, the High Priestess is here to do it for you guys anyway. Now, in your hopes and fears position, some of you, not all of you, are hoping that within the next few weeks, the High Priestess of Water is going to help you maintain those emotions for whoever this is. And in your outcome position, boom, strength. You just became stronger. Now your individuality can shine. The card representing the entire reading. And I know I mixed up those cards. I just noticed a lot of them are mixed up. But you know what? I'm pulling them how they're coming to me. The card representing the entire reading says now is not the right time because of the financial changes or steps that you guys are focusing on. They really want you to focus on when we saw movement before, letting go and creating that new path. Whatever it is you're moving towards. Now's not the best time for any new love because there's going to be something strong building within you as you take steps to create something new. With that fertility card, giving birth to a new path or a new idea or a new project. They're saying reconsider your vision. Okay. What did the vision look like in the past? Because we're all being reborn into this 1 of 9 year path right now. 2017 is 10, 10 is 1 plus 0. We're in a number 1 path. Therefore, what we choose now is what will affect us for the next 9 years. What do we learn from the last 9 years or so? Look for a sign and have hope. The moon represents hope. So, without hope, you would be lost in the dark. Have hope and trust in spirit that they will show you a sign. I feel like financially you're going to find signs about what's going to bring you great prosperity. And in the meantime, I think the forgiveness is going to come with the differences energy. You know, there's a white cat and a black cat, but they're both cats. They just see things differently. So Spirit's telling you that the situation will improve in your life path. That now's just a time of listening, not to what's being said, but to what's not being said. Watch the actions of others and contemplate. For whoever this is, you are not trapped. You're shining like that trophy. This little bird's been sticking out its chest trying to act strong for so long, not understanding that the door behind him was wide open the entire time. We are never stuck. We can always take our mind and our body and choose to go in whatever direction we so choose. So Spirit's saying when you find understanding, freedom, release. I just heard freedom again. Be assertive with that understanding. Take that light with you. And then be obedient to this new path. Who are you going to summon in and who are you not? You can spread your wings and fly at this time. You can move in a new direction with these energies. But be clear about your boundaries. Because when we fly high with the energies that you guys are going to have in November when it comes to just love and letting go and getting excited for new directions, new beginnings, I just feel like somebody's going to see your light shine and be drawn to it. And I fear that they could very much be some sort of test. You know, I often speak about people who are tests or if they're the real thing, because we have soulmates that test us and soulmates that are our life partner. All right, so I want to ask Spirit for some, let's see. I think a few more messages. Because I do this all the time. I just want to know more, and then keep confirming. Love and romance energies. More spiritual guidance and messages, please, for those born under the sun sign, moon sign, and or rising sign of Scorpio. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. All right. So they're saying, stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith is what's going to bring you romance. So enjoy maybe just taking a holiday break. Take a trip. Get out of Dodge. Go visit family. Do your thing, honey. And then, yeah, I'm going to combine it with the Psychic Tarot. Thank you for your patience. Scorpio, please. Got a couple cards in here. Love and romance. Okay. So they want to talk a little bit more. My heart is so with you for whoever this is because I can feel it. When they're saying stay optimistic, they are definitely speaking about that suffering in silence. Think positively, not negatively. Because there's karmic things going on here. So you can very easily bring yourself unbalanced by your thoughts. So every time you have a negative thought, replace it with a positive thought or a creative project. The card crossing that is someone feeling trapped in fear. Wanting to take off and maybe be with another person, whoever's energies these are. And I can't pull everyone's in the same video. Here's my email for a reading and the information's below. Mental conflict in your thoughts position when it comes to a passionate connection. Suffering in silence, feeling trapped. This is like the perfect music for this. I feel like I could tell a story. I was thinking about doing this. You guys give me some feedback. And she wanted passion so badly, but yet she suffered in silence. She tried to think positive, but she felt so trapped in her own fear. She tried to make the effort because Spirit said, great love is worth taking the effort you're guided to take. But is this truly great love? It may just be that this is a reflection through another person that teaches you about you. So is it a great love or isn't it? Let's see. In the recent past, there was this waiting game. And I, the Scorpio, was getting tired of having to be stuck in a situation where I needed to find my own dedication. Who was most important to me in this waiting game? I'm trapped, or I have trapped my own self when I could free myself and be positive. But instead, it's this passion and mental conflict as I suffer in silence and try to figure out if these steps are great love or not, or towards great love or not. So in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we have conflict and defeat. I knew that cup was small. I knew it couldn't grow. Now it's time to look at my reflection and figure out that which it is I know now. Conflict and defeat has not made me less For it's the memory of the passion that made me feel blessed. Now, in the next 4 to 6 weeks, we have disruption. You guys have control over a situation that could happen very quickly. What kind of disruption could happen in the next 4 to 6 weeks if things came and happened quickly? You don't need to suffer in silence. You're trapping yourself when it comes to not taking that trip for whoever this is. Be positive and don't suffer in silence. Is it great love or isn't it? Or is it just passion that's going to cause disruption? Because we're looking at conflict and defeat, but we also have a chance ahead of time because of this video to look at our reflection ahead of time. What is this, really? All right, so Spirit's communication to you guys. I feel is just to tell you that, especially if you're a woman, that you are a very beautiful mother, a very beautiful person, a very passionate and kind person. Maybe people don't understand that with these hard shells sitting around here. And then I see spiritual union. Spiritual union. And you growing into this beautiful person, maybe because of the experience that now feels like conflict and defeat, but you're reflecting, you're looking at yourself and you're realizing how far you came through this passionate connection and the mental conflict. So let's see, in your hopes and fears, we have triumph and success. We have coming into a brand new path with victory. I have succeeded beyond the past. That's in your hopes and fears because I freed myself. And in the outcome position, yes, there's heartache and loss, but I decided to listen. And I saw the actions. And I got the point. And that's in the outcome position. So, wow, that was somebody's story. It's about passion being ignited, but emotions not being fulfilled. It's about people with different viewpoints and ways of being, and having to come to that understanding, and then feeling hopeless or trapped because of maybe some sort of unfulfillment. But in the end, they're going to be provided with a sign, and the sign's going to have to do with a solid foundation in finances and opportunity of sorts. So many people are getting this for November, disruption. So, you know, recently I named the videos decisions, and when I looked at other videos, who I love everybody else who does this, because everybody has a different viewpoint of how they do it, and yet the energies and the messages are so similar, but yet there's just, we're human, we each have our individual twist. That is the blessing that we all have here on earth, is our individuality. And if we could prosper with that, we could come to the realization, like many people, like Picasso, who got deep, who figured it out, who found their gift and manifested it into something great. I could go on and on. So let's look at your word of prayer to close with, shall we, Scorpios? Forgiveness again. Very important for you guys in November. I'm willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. And to close, I'm going to read from the book. Out with the old and in with the new is the message contained within this card. If you're feeling like you're stuck in a reoccurring bad dream, the culprit is likely contained within stored unforgiveness. Throughout life, everyone has endured painful experiences. You're not alone. However, you do have a choice as to whether to continue suffering from the after effects of those experiences or not. Forgiveness is the purifying, detoxifying agent that allows you to move forward in a whole new way. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you're endorsing a negative behavior. It simply means that you're unwilling to store the toxic burden of anger within you. And good for you for making this life-changing decision. After all, your anger only hurts you, not the offending person. So call upon Mother Mary for help in releasing old emotional burdens. Dear Mother Mary, thank you for putting your healing hands upon my heart and mind to draw out the darkness of my judgments, my blame, and my anger towards others. Please help me, beloved Mother, to see myself and all others as you do, and to be purified in my perceptions. So know that we're each in our own path, struggling in our own battles, but all dealing with the same lessons, just in different ways and different times. So we need to forgive those that we've called into our path to learn from, because they actually taught us a lot about who we are. And if we can forgive and appreciate the spiritual lesson, then we get great blessings to come in next, because we've risen to a higher level in our spiritual ladder here on earth. Anyway, thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope to hear from you guys soon, and or to see you mid-November, maybe early December. Take care and God bless.